Welcome back to Law and Crime. Guess what? Yeah, they're back at it in Tejas. I know it was supposed to be 12:30. It's 12:45. That's pretty darn close in the legal world. So they're getting situated. As you know, this is, of course, the case in which the defendant is accused of killing a journalist from the Las Vegas Review-Journal because he wrote some articles about the defendant that didn't help the defendant's political career, let's say. And more recently, the defendant has blamed a real estate company for setting him up. While we wait for them to get organized, there, Matthew Mangino is here, Catherine Lizardo. So this is going to be redirect here, Catherine. I think, we normally think of redirect as rehabilitating your witness. What could you do here to rehabilitate Mr. Tejas?
Well, I don't know if the redirect will actually be questioning by his counsel or if Mr. Tejas is also going to redirect by narrative, which is what he did during his direct. I anticipate if he is going to talk, he will explain as to all the things that he was confrontational with the prosecution at the during the cross-examination. For example, the issue about the rims of his car, because he's claiming that the rims of his car.
Hey, let me interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt, Catherine. It looks like they've got a different witness on the stand. This may be an out-of-order situation for timing, for scheduling, but obviously Tejas is not on the stand. But let's go back in and find out what is happening in Las Vegas.
To interact with Mr. Tellis' wife, May Ishmael.
I know her as Mary Anaya de Tejas.
Okay. On that day, do you end up taking a couple of photographs on that day?
I did.
Okay, what did you take a picture of?
So during the interview with Mary, I learned some information that I felt would be important to the investigation, namely a text.
Well, I don't want to get into the substance. Just did you take any photographs?
I had crime scene investigators take a photo.
Okay. I want to show you what's been already admitted. States 379 through 387. Are these those photographs that you had taken or directed to have taken?
They are.
Okay. Publishing 379. This is the first in that series of photographs, is that correct?
That's correct.
I have no further questions for this witness.
Yes. Take a moment, Mr. Monk. May I see this?
Sure.
Turning your attention to State's Exhibit 379. You took a series of photographs, correct?
I had a series directed to be taken.
At your direction, a series of photographs were taken.
Correct.
And that would include various text messages that were alleged to have occurred between this phone and another phone, that phone belonging to Mr. Tellis.
Yes.
These were addressed yesterday through the course of Mr. Tellis, and it's funny, you have referred to him as Tejas. I've spoken to him as Tellis, but it's Tejas apparently as well, but the defendant in this case.
Okay.
And there is a line of questioning as to whether or not the communication between these two, when I say this is a phone, I mean this is an Apple Watch, correct?
That's correct.
And there was a text message or an SMS message deleted, correct? Are you aware of that?
Deleted from
On the part of Mr. Tellis's
I'm
phone.
going to object that misstates the testimony, or at least the question posed.
You're asking if he did?
If he's aware of it, yes.
Okay, you can answer.
I was not privy to going through the download of Mr. Tellis's phone. I had heard that there was a text message deleted, but I had never seen it.
Okay, so what we have here is basically whenever you have SMS messaging, text messaging, it's generally how that's referred to. Obviously, you have a phone or an electronic device that receives it. Let's say Mr. Tellis's phone, and then the phone that it's sent from, or the device that it's sent from, which is presumably this Apple wristwatch, correct?
That's correct.
Did you ever take the actual physical phone from Mr. Tellis and review whether or not these images actually appeared on his phone?
I did not do that. That was not part of the investigation that I was involved in.
So then we're confined to drawing a conclusion at this point in time that when you see a certain message on this device, the Apple wristwatch device, but then it doesn't appear on an extraction, and then an argument is made, well, it was deleted on his side. We're basically comparing the actual device, the Apple Watch, versus an extraction, correct?
Yes.
You familiar with Cellebrite extractions?
I am familiar with Cellebrite extractions, but that is not in my area of expertise.
Was there ever a discussion on your part concerning a timeline extraction concerning Mr. Tellis's phone?
I know what a timeline extraction is in Cellebrite and how to use them, but again, I didn't conduct the download of Mr. Tellis's phone, nor did I review the contents of the download.
If I were to show you from what's been provided from the state, the timeline extraction concerning Mr. Tellis's phone, would you recognize it?
I could try to look at it.
Let me approach the clerk and have these.
Okay, so a little odd housekeeping-wise here. We believe this is a witness called out of order, really, because the defendant should still be recapping some testimony. But we'll get that sorted out. Let me ask Matthew Mangino. He's here with Catherine Lizardo. Matthew, I got to kick you loose, so give me your 30-second analysis of this guy who's now being used really by the defense to probe into these Cellebrite issues that he really didn't seem to be there to testify about. He was there laying a foundation for photos.
Well, right. Obviously, they're trying to use this witness to somehow say or show the jury that in fact, Tejas or Tellis did not delete information from his telephone. I mean, but that I understand. You got to put on what you have at your disposal, but there's a lot more to this case than whether or not he removed text messages.
Yep. Well, we'll see as this witness continues and this trial continues out of Las Vegas. Hey, I've got to thank and excuse Matthew Matty Mangino. Always a pleasure, sir. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Catherine Lizardo is sticking around. I'll do that too. We'll be right back to Law and Crime.